Hey everyone, welcome in the second part of tutorial how to create the skeleton key for 3D printing. In the last video we made the spherical parts and today we will create the rest of the key. So we will start from the top. For this I will copy this edge and extrude it down. Now close the holes. Select the bottom surface and scale it in the X and Y axis. Something like that. Okay, now let's add the spherical part in the middle and copy it 5 times. So the center will be 0. Sorry, not 5 times, 20 times. Okay, now for this part I will copy this edge and scale it a little down. Now extrude. Okay, let's close. Top view we can hide for a sec and scale the bottom. Okay, now we need to add the line from the top to the bottom and use the spiral option around curve. Select the curve and turns will be 6. For the first diameter use the end of this line and from the bottom use this point. Now we need to extend a little our curve. So I will use the extend tool. You don't have any boundary object, so just accept this. Select curve to extend. Okay, and same thing in the other side. Connect everything and use the pipe tool and the radius will be 0.5. Now we can just select those objects and use the Boolean difference. Okay, looks good. For this part we'll create the circle with 3 points. There will be anywhere on this edge. And extrude this circle. Now scale up the bottom. Okay, for this part we will copy this edge and with the top view scale this up and copy this edge with Ctrl C, Ctrl V, scale it down. Now the smaller circle we can extrude down. Okay. Now we will use the loft tool to why I have 2 circles, I don't know. Okay, we will use the loft tool with those 2 edges and this one. Okay. So let's connect everything. Now for this I will create this here on the edge so it will be a little easier. So let's create the straight line. With the shift it will be straight down. It will be just snap. So something like this. Now okay, as you can see in this picture, those corners are a little bigger than this. So let's add the point around here. Something like that. and mirror this. So it will be exactly in the same spot in the second side. And there need to be actually on this edge, so use the set point tool on the z-axis. Okay. Now let's create the line from the point to the end. And use the surface from curves. Actually, there is some issues. We will create this. And here we need to copy this edge and use the trim tool. Okay. Okay, great. Now let's copy this 4 times in the top view. And let's extract this surface. And use the trim tool to delete. Something is wrong, sorry. Okay, here works fine. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, so let's do this in a different way. I don't know why it doesn't work here. So I will create a line from the center and rotate this by 45 degree. Sorry, center 0, 45 degree. Now let's mirror this and use the trim tool. Okay, something is wrong with this side. Okay, now just copy this 4 times. This is strange. Okay, and unhide all and connect with this part. Okay. Strange things happen here. The next part will be this one in the middle. So for this, let's create the rectangle from the center. The center will be in the 0 point. Something like this. Move this up. Okay, now let's copy this 4 times. And we need to create this round part. So for this I will create the circle from the center. And use the trim tool. Okay, now use the, let's unhide all first and use the adjustable curve. And it should be smaller. Let's hide. Okay, I'm sorry, we need to do this and this. Actually only those 3 parts. Okay, now let's try again. Something like that. And copy this 4 times. Okay, join everything. Now let's move this up for this level. Copy this edge and use the trim tool. Okay, join everything. And now let's extrude this to the middle of this part. Solid, both side no, mid. Okay. For the next part, I will change the picture because I want a better view of this detail. So let's do this really quick. Okay, let's move this to the side view. Now for this cylinder, I will just create cylinder. Let's rotate this and maybe scale it a little up and move it to the 0 position. And let's scale this up in the z-axis. Okay, I will remove the top. Copy this edge, extrude. Now join everything and we need to move this edge to this level. So set point option and scale this a little up. Now just close the holes. Now use the fillet tool to round this edge. .5 is too high, so 2 millimeters is okay. For this detail, I will create the line with the quad snap. Let's make it a little bigger and move down. Okay, and now use the pipe shape with the round caps. Okay, now let's mirror this to the second side and use the boolean option. Okay, now I want to create those detail, and so I will play with curves and just extrude them. Okay, so now we need to, as I said, just extrude our curves, solid both sides, and let's say 1 millimeter. So something is wrong. Okay, let's see. Here I forgot to connect this, and here I forgot to connect this. Okay, let's try again. 1 millimeter both sides, so it will be 2 millimeters total. And here I want to create the flat surface, so it will be easier to connect those parts. So for this I will create the rectangle. Okay, now I want to make them a little bigger in the top and bottom, so let's move this 0.2 millimeters up and those corners 0.2 millimeters down. Now just extrude them and use the solid, create solid option. Okay, now this we can delete, and everything looks fine. So this is everything for this part, and in the next movie we will prepare the file for 3D printing. So thanks for watching and see you in the next movie.